Happy holidays, folks. Back with another holiday reaction, and we're actually going to listen to Tom Chaplin from Keane perform Walking in the Air, a song I've become very fond of in the last few years, originally from The Snowman, 1982, in that case sung by Peter Auty when he was 13. And some of you will be aware, a few days ago on my Patreon, I did a reaction to the scene from that movie, which, to be fair, I've never seen in its entirety, and my plan is next holiday season to do a watch-along for it. But yes, I became aware of the song a few years ago when I got a hardcore record, like a Gabber record, with a track called Walk in the Air, Gabberhead's remix, and I listened to it and I just found it so stunning, and so I went looking around online and I discovered the original context for the song and watched that scene, and I was really struck by it. It has this mystical, magical, very surrealist type of environment or atmosphere. And indeed, if you haven't seen it, you might check out the reaction I did for it. And indeed, in that same batch, I also did a reaction for Taylor Davis's excellent violin rendition of the song. But yes, the point is, because of a hardcore record that sampled it, I've sought out the original and I've just become hugely fond of the tune. And thinking of Tom Chaplin of Keane performing it is just a remarkable thought. Given his incredible voice and how much I've enjoyed the Keane material, I want to give a big thank you to Sofia, who brought this to my attention and made it available. So yes, again, I'm hugely fond of Tom Chaplin's singing, and I've mentioned on many a Keane reaction that it's like Keane has this secret weapon because Tom's voice is just so stunning. So the idea of him performing this tune, which I am very fond of, is very intriguing to me. So let's give it a listen. This is Tom Chaplin performing Walking in the Air, a song originally from the 1982 animated movie The Snowman.
We're walking in the air, we're floating in the moonlit sky. The people far below are sleeping as we fly. I'm holding very tight, I'm riding in the midnight blue. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you. Far across the world, the villages go by like dreams. The rivers and the hills, the forests and the streams. Children gaze, open-mouthed, taken by surprise. Nobody down below believes their eyes. We're surfing in the air, we're swimming in the frozen sky. We're drifting over icy mountain floating by. as we fly.
Lovely. In one way, as expected, Tom's voice is fantastic, but in many ways different from perhaps what I thought in advance. Like, first of all, it has a bit of a, like, country frontier sound, now in a minimal way. But yeah, that guitar, it really sounds a bit country and frontierish, and then mixed with Tom's high range vocals, it actually reminded me a bit of like a Chris Isaak tune, kind of like Wicked Game, where it has this like frontier rock meets ethereal vocal synthesis. So that was interesting. Secondly, or maybe thirdly, Tom's voice, it sounds like not not overtly melancholic, although the tune melody, I think overall there's a bit of melancholy to it, but it's like he's barely able to articulate. It's like it's very low energy. Sounds harsh, but I don't mean it as a criticism, but it sounds like he's just barely expressing because he's so like in the moment, he's so in the feeling of the tune. It's like it's almost whispered, like a sung and sweet whisper. So I enjoy his slightly unusual, meaning like in Keane songs, it's a bit fuller and richer, and like it's a bit more energetic and powerful. Obviously varying song to song, but this was like the most soft and like soft spoken I had ever heard him perform vocally. So that was very interesting. Now, generally speaking, it gives the same vibe or a very similar vibe as the original, but like Peter Otte's voice in the original, it has more of like a youth choir type of sound to it, and he rolls his R's on some of the lines. So the feeling here is quite different in terms of the vocal delivery, but overall I would say, you know exactly what song this is, and it's true to the original in the feeling that it gives. And yes, I have to say, that line, again, the villages go by like dreams. I don't know why, but I really do key in on that line. Because, number one, I'm thinking of the visual from the scene where they're flying past these small little mountain villages, these villages at the base of like snowy mountains. And they're all just kind of going by, like not really seeing them in detail. And the whole thing is sort of surrealist. So it's just a perfectly tailored line. I was also thinking, and indeed, shout out to Yvonne, who on my video reaction to the original over on Patreon, she mentioned that there's different verbs being used, like floating in the sky, walking in the sky, swimming in the sky, dancing in the sky, floating. They all are like swooping low and so on. They're like different ways to articulate this feeling of being weightless and which for humans is something that humans have long wanted to do, but are biologically incapable of doing without technology or outside of a dream and so on. So like the dreamy surrealist feeling of the song, I think, is well conveyed in the concept of a human flying, and I like the way the song uses different verbs to try to articulate that feeling. So yeah, it's a wonderful performance. Thank you again to Sofia for providing this, and I am keen, as I said, in maybe 11 months' time, roughly, to do a watch-along for this film, because, I've heard tidbits about it overall, but I've only ever seen this one part, so it'll be interesting to experience the full film. In any case, let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.